landscape is extraordinary from the sky. Where there used to be miles of trees and other flowering species, there is now this road. Just over 40 days of work after its launch, the Ouagadougou Bobo-Dioulasso highway, not yet paved, has already taken shape. Like here, Tita Baporo axis. Dampers and other machines with resistant tires can already take the route for their tests. Day and night. Brush cutters, forest shredders and excavators with grapples rip open, tear and decapture this vegetation. 232 kilometers already transformed under the watchful eye of this man, Desiree Tanquano.
The second post is from Tita 0 point, starting from Tita and ending in Boromo. The work continues day and night with various stakeholders.
The civil engineering technician reminds us that all the conditions are met to carry out each task. This is why even the rising dust sheet does not prevent the machine operators from operating in symbiosis. There is no time limit. The work must go at an infernal pace. This was the remark of President Ibrahim Traoré at the launch of the project.
The person in charge of monitoring the work knows that there are still 100 kilometers to be cleared. The machines will continue to roar or scar or bear the earth, as on this axis. The great satisfaction to be drawn from it is that 70% of the assigned objective has been achieved.
It must be said that we have very dynamic and motivated teams with us. To date, we are more than 70% away from the execution rate. Of the 332 kilometers that the project is underway, we are now at 232 kilometers cleaned. We work day and night, 7 days a week, which has allowed us to reach this rate.
The Ouagadougou Bobo-Dioulasso highway is an ambitious project, which is why it is entrusted to a serious structure that cares about a job well done. It is the Fasamibo agency. The more the road advances and crosses the localities, the more the communities show their support. Hence its name, the People's Road. And this is salutary, admits Commander Ahmed Sakan.
You know, a motorway, the right-of-way, inevitably has an impact on the local population, which I salute, because we have really had a lot of ease, whether it is with the customary authorities and others who have made our task easier, the populations who participate. We are going to succeed in this project together. Currently, we already have some who are helping us to clear certain trees that are being knocked down and so on.
It was on the 15th of December 2025 that the President of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, launched the work of this large-scale project, a structuring project of 2 times 4 lanes that will facilitate travel, comfort and fluidity of traffic. While waiting for the next step, which is the earthworks, the land-clearing machines continue to pave the way for the development of Burkina Faso.
Tout ce que nous avons eu à réaliser,
everything we have achieved, I believe we owe it to a people who understood our message, who understood the meaning of the revolution. Because without them, the resources made available to everyone to succeed would not have been possible. The very essence of the revolution is to work for the people. And I think there are many examples. If you look at the field of agriculture, this year, by God's grace, we have achieved a record production. There are specific crops that we have tried to introduce over these 3 years. As I said, weak minds, small minds, always think it is impossible when one wants to initiate great things. But we must not listen to them. If we were to listen to them, we would get discouraged and not be able to start. Because there are also those who are there to discourage us from what we are doing. When you decide to undertake something, they will mock and ridicule you to demotivate you and prevent you from starting. And I believe everyone has to overcome that. Because what I am saying is not only at the top of the state, but even among citizens at the village level, there is a resurgence. There you go, everything that was said to be impossible to do in Burkina Faso in terms of agriculture is happening today. We talked about cocoa, people shouted from the rooftops, even some reactionaries here made it clear that no, it is not a priority. And yet, thank God, we have very good chocolatiers and our goal is not to produce for export, but to produce processed goods for ourselves here and for our children. Today, coffee is a reality on the outskirts of Samandani and we have, thank God, Burkinabes who process it, and I invite you to consume what is processed locally here. Many other crops such as wheat, pineapple, grapes, and others are now being cultivated in Burkina Faso. And it will be processed here in Burkina and it will create jobs for Burkinabes, and this is what we will consume. And so this is what we need to see and what we have been able to achieve and to arm ourselves with courage for the future. Many other projects have therefore been successful. When we look at the field of education, many lecture halls have been built. Last time at the council, we adapted texts that will allow us to equip these lecture halls and to build new ones. Many schools and training centers will emerge in 2026 at the edge of our growth poles such as Bagger, Samandani, and others. It is to enable young Burkina to transform, produce, and change what we do here. So we will no longer focus solely on general education. We talked about technical vocational education and therefore many modern high schools will emerge in 2026. In addition to that, we have decided to build a technological university and I hope that by the end of the year, you will see this university rise. The work has already begun and we have instructed the companies to do everything to be on schedule, on time, so that in the upcoming academic years, we can welcome students in quite specialized fields of technology, so that we can keep up. As I said, we are very far behind, we are in the 1800s, and I believe that in less than 5 years, we can make a leap of at least 100 years to find ourselves in the 1950s at least, and continue working like this. I say this, it may sound funny, but it is the reality. Until today, we observe our lives, the pace at which we are moving, it is not good. So we need to put pressure on ourselves to catch up. So let's make sure that in a few years, we are in 1950. And then we put pressure on ourselves to reach the 2000s and hope to catch up with others. And it is possible. And I am happy to tell you that in this regard, we are setting up a laboratory. And today in Burkina Faso, for example, we have many pieces of equipment available for researchers, and we will allow them to conduct research on site. And without a doubt, I can say that we currently have installed here an electron scanning microscope, the newest one that exists in Africa, and the most modern. So it is here in Burkina Faso. It is functional, and researchers will start to go to do everything they need to do here, instead of going abroad to do it. And this will further encourage others to seek and discover. This is to say that there are many areas we have not forgotten, including health, everything we are doing, particularly the community health centers that are being built and will be equipped. This is also part of the measures taken during the last council. So all of this is to your credit. It is the asset of the entire administration. And it is with the support and backing of our brave people that we are able to accomplish it. The Faso Mibo initiative, which has now become an agency. When we started the highway, some doubted because it is a project that has been in place for over a decade. Of course, we found the project, and when we sought to understand even the project, it was a 2-lane highway. And the majority of foreign companies that made proposals, the cheapest was, I believe, 1,032 billion to build the 2-lane highway. And so we were offered financing to be able to complete it in 10 years for the shortest deadlines. We must be aware that we know with this type of financing, we are condemning generations that are not even born yet to loans of 50 to 60 years to build a 2-lane highway that will soon be outdated. When we wanted to know if these were 4-lane highways, some even mocked us. Some entrepreneurs do not believe in it. In such a country, 4 lanes are not reasonable. Some said it should cost us more than 3,000 billion. But as I said, in the revolution, it is about responsibility, it is about awareness. We are not going to fall into this pattern. That is why we decided to do it ourselves, because we trust our young engineers, we believe in the potential of Burkina people. We have therefore looked for equipment of all kinds. Today on this site, I can say that this construction site is unique in Africa. There is no other highway project that mobilizes as many people and equipment. For the cleaning work, there are more than 100 bulldozers on this site. I don't see anything like it. I had given them 2 months to finish the cleaning, and I think they have met the challenge. We are at 40 days. They have already completed more than 70% of the cleaning, and by February 15, if they work in pairs, they will have finished. This means that the pace is also unmatched in Africa. And we will finish. It is a challenge. We will finish within a time frame that no one will believe, because we already have everything at our disposal. All the machines, everything necessary is here. We only need to pay for fuel and asphalt, otherwise, everything necessary is here. This means that we will continue because there are many other highways that need to be launched in 2026, and their construction must also start. Infrastructure is a priority. It helps everyone. Whether it is civilians, armed forces, or internal security forces, everyone needs road infrastructure. This means we need to focus on these achievements to see what we have been able to achieve and to project ourselves into the future. As I said, we must keep the pressure, and I think that by end 2026, there are so many major projects that must start, and you need to stay on course to succeed in the challenge. People will continue to demotivate us. Imperialists never run out of tricks up their sleeves. They will continue to communicate to complete the narrative, to demotivate us. We must not listen to them. There are also those individuals, house slaves, who can never change. I said it, for them it's like a curse that follows them, no matter what you do. Genetically they are slaves, congenitally they are alienated, they can only follow what the imperialists say. Show them the sun in broad daylight, they will tell you it is night. So it is a curse. They will continue to discourage you, to talk. But the most important thing is what you do. The reality is there and we are moving forward. That is the most important. While they are mocking and ridiculing, we are creating factories, we are building infrastructure, we are creating jobs, we are producing and we feel good. That is the most important. So I invite everyone to do like the valiant defense forces, the security forces, the brave VDP. You see, the imperialists, some NGOs of I don't know what, have tried everything to undermine their morale. They have tried everything. They have written, intimidated, threatened, but they are moving forward calmly on the ground. Today, some may be tired. They no longer talk about them, because the result is there. We are advancing and there are areas where we have already reached the borders, as we wished, being secured. On the ground, things are going very well. So do like them, and it is my place to pay tribute to them and invite them to continue this fight. And all those who are on the different sites. I was just talking about Faso Mibo. It is my place to congratulate them, to encourage them, because what we are doing is historic, and it is unique in Africa. And everyone who has the chance to participate in this, I think they should be proud of it. And all those who have not yet joined the dance, whether you are an engineer and you think you can contribute something, I said, go ahead, bring your stone, because tomorrow we will say those are the ones who built these infrastructures to allow Burkina Faso to be at the level it is. So thank you very much. I wish you all good luck because you all need courage. You need courage to transcend everything that can be said.